What if your daily commute looked like this? Flying used to be for pilots. That's changing fast. Meet the Zapata Air Scooter 2. A single-seat personal aircraft built for everyday people who want to experience vertical flight without a runway, a license, or years of training. Inventor Frankie Zapata designed this thing to be compact, lightweight, and beginner-friendly. It takes off and lands straight up, no runway needed. The enclosed cockpit wraps around you while multiple rotors keep everything stable and smooth. Here's where it gets impressive. This isn't fully electric. It runs on a hybrid power system, which means longer flight time than most electric flying vehicles out there. Top speed? Around 100 kilometers per hour. Safety isn't an afterthought either. Triple redundant flight computers and assisted controls mean the machine helps you fly, even if you've never sat in a cockpit before. Zapata is planning real training centers with supervised flights, so everyday people can actually get up there. The future of personal flight isn't coming. It's already being built. If this blew your mind, hit follow. There's a lot more where this came from. What if you could ride a bike on water? Not a boat, not a surfboard, a literal bike, flying above the surface. Meet the Manta 5Z1. A hydrofoil bike that actually lets you cycle on water. It hits speeds of up to 22 kilometers per hour, lifting you above the surface on sleek underwater wings called hydrofoils. Just like a sailboat, it's modular, meaning you can break it down into parts, pack it up, and take it anywhere. Assembly is quick and simple. The frame is aluminum with carbon fiber built in, so it's incredibly light but seriously strong. Here's the cool part. Even when you stop pedaling, it still floats. You can ride it 3 ways: pure pedal power, electric motor only, or both together. The motor runs near silent, works in both fresh and salt water, holds up to 100 kilograms. No complicated controls, no steep learning curve, just you, the water, and open sky. If cycling needed a glow-up, this is it. Drop a bike below if you'd ride this. What if a robot could finally walk out of the lab and into your living room? Meet the Astribot T1. And no, this isn't another robot stuck behind glass in some research lab. This one's built for the real world. Instead of clunky legs, it glides on a smart-wheeled base, paired with arms so dexterous they can pick up a coffee cup, fold laundry, or hand you your keys. Think of it less like a sci-fi prototype and more like a helpful coworker who never gets tired. Pretty wild, isn't it? What makes the T1 special isn't just its movement. It's how the hardware and AI were built together from day one, so it actually learns and adapts as it works. And here's the real game changer. It's priced way below most humanoid robots on the market. That means homes, small businesses, and labs could actually afford one. If robots like this take off, it won't just be in factories anymore, it'll be in your kitchen. Hit subscribe if you want to see what's coming next. This 16-wheeled monster truck can carry a crane through mud that would swallow a tank. Meet the Tatra Phoenix. This thing is insane. 8 axles, 16 wheels, all powered at once. Most trucks fight for grip. This one just doesn't care. The secret? A backbone chassis down the middle, paired with independent suspension on every wheel. So mud, rocks, broken ground, it just walks over it. You'd think something this huge would struggle to turn. Nope. It's got multi-axle steering, so it pivots way better than you'd expect. And it's built to carry serious gear, cranes, drilling rigs, aerial platforms. What if your tires could think faster than you can react? Goodyear just reimagined what a tire can actually do, and it's wild. Meet the Eagle 360 Urban. It's a spherical tire, not round like normal tires, but completely ball-shaped. It connects to the car using magnetic levitation instead of an axle. That means no bolts, no rods, just magnetism holding it in place. And because it's a sphere, it can roll in any direction. Forward, backward, completely sideways. The car moves however it needs to. But here's where it gets really interesting. This tire thinks. It's wrapped in a smart rubber skin packed with sensors. That skin constantly reads the road, wet, dry, rough, smooth, and physically changes the tire's surface to match. In the rain, it forms tiny grip pockets. On dry roads, it flattens out for speed. All automatically, all in real time. This isn't a tire upgrade. It's a tire that upgrades itself. If that blew your mind, hit subscribe. We find this stuff so you don't have to. The future doesn't just roll. It thinks while it rolls. What if your truck was actually a 5-star hotel on wheels? Picture this. A massive Tesla semi, but instead of hauling cargo, it's hauling your entire life. That's the idea behind the Tesla Semi motorhome, and honestly, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. This concept takes Tesla's beastly electric semi-truck and turns it into a rolling luxury home. Under the hood, you've got 3 electric motors working together, pushing out serious power, and a range that can hit up to 500 miles on a single charge. That's like driving from one city to another without stopping once. Now, this isn't something you can buy yet, it's just a concept. But the designs are wild. Bedrooms, a full kitchen, smart tech built in. Add in lightning fast charging, zero emissions, and top-tier safety features, and you've got the future of travel wrapped up in one electric package. If this kind of innovation excites you, stick around, because this is just the beginning. The future isn't coming, it's already driving. What if you could live inside a floating pyramid in the middle of the ocean? Imagine waking up every morning surrounded by open water. Not on a cruise ship, but inside an actual floating pyramid city. This is Waya. A real offshore community designed to sit right on the surface of the ocean. And it's not just somewhere to sleep. We're talking hotels, shops, spas, gyms, bars, and even a cinema. All built into one massive structure floating at sea. But here's what makes it truly wild. Waya runs entirely on clean energy. Solar panels on top, water turbines below. No power grid, no dependency on land. The base alone is 54 by 54 meters. 10 floors, 6,500 square meters of total space. And the whole thing rises 30 meters above the waterline, like a pyramid emerging from the sea. Below the surface, engines, generators, and backup power systems keeping everything running smoothly. This isn't a holiday resort, it's a fully self-sufficient floating community built for people ready to live differently. If that's you, the future is already being built. This drone doesn't just fly, it transforms mid-air. Watch this. Meet the Terradynamics XP4 Transwing, and trust me, this thing breaks every rule you thought you knew about drones and airplanes. Most aircraft have to pick a lane. They either hover like a drone, or they cruise long distances like a plane. The XP4 says, why not both? Here's the wild part. Its wings actually fold and rotate while it's flying. It takes off straight up, like a drone, then transforms into a fixed-wing aircraft for fast, efficient cruising. That shift mid-air is the whole magic trick. And it's not just a cool party trick, it means better range, smoother flights, and way more stability than your typical multi-rotor drone. So what's it actually for? Think cargo delivery, surveillance, even ship-to-shore transport. It's already been tested landing itself on moving ships, autonomously. This isn't just a drone. It's a glimpse at where flight is headed next. Machines that change shape to match the mission. What if the next bulldozer you see runs on water? Construction sites are loud, dusty, and powered by diesel. But JCB might just be changing that forever. Meet Hydromax, JCB's bold push toward cleaner, greener heavy machinery. Instead of diesel, these machines burn hydrogen. Yes, actual hydrogen combustion, built for massive equipment that usually guzzles fuel all day long. And here's the cool part. It's not just a concept. JCB has already built over 100 hydrogen engines for real-world testing. We're talking hydrogen-powered excavators and telehandlers, working real job sites, doing real heavy lifting. Imagine a camper so small, it fits in your garage, but pops open into a full bedroom in seconds. This thing is wild. It's called the Hitch Hotel, and it's basically a fold-up camper that thinks it's way bigger than it actually is. Folded down, it takes up less than 3.5 feet of space. That's it, and it weighs under 1,000 pounds, so even a small, regular car can tow it without breaking a sweat. But here's the cool part. Once you get to your spot, you open it up, and in just a few simple steps, this little fiberglass shell turns into a real living space. We're talking room for 2 adults to sleep comfortably, actual windows, fresh airflow, USB charging ports, and LED lighting. Now, it doesn't have plumbing or a kitchen, so don't expect a 5-star bathroom. But that's kind of the point. It's built for people who want simple, rugged shelter without dragging a giant RV behind them. If you're a minimalist traveler, this might be your dream setup. What if a drone could replace an entire freight truck? Imagine a drone, but the size of a building. That's exactly what this giant quadcopter concept is. Designed by Deere and Sot, it runs on 4 massive rotor blades, just like the drones you've seen, except this one can lift heavy machinery, haul freight, or even carry passengers. Think of it as a flying truck. No roads needed, no traffic, just straight-line air travel from point A to point B, and that's where it gets really interesting. This thing is built for the jobs that regular vehicles struggle with, reaching remote villages, delivering aid after a disaster, or moving supplies through cities where roads are packed or simply don't exist. It's basically replacing cranes, trucks, and delivery fleets, all in one aircraft. The future of logistics might not be on the ground at all. If this kind of future tech blows your mind, hit subscribe. We cover this stuff every week. The road is overrated anyway. This trailer can carry a helicopter through streets a truck can barely fit on. Meet the Pavelli helicopter transporter, built to move helicopters and huge industrial equipment without a scratch. This Italian-engineered trailer uses hydraulic lifts, extending platforms, and self-steering wheels to glide through tight streets and rough terrain where normal trailers get stuck. Loading something this expensive sounds nerve-wracking, right? Not here. Remote-controlled functions, strong hydraulic winches, and smart suspension make the whole process smooth and controlled. Built with rust-resistant galvanized steel, it's made to handle years of heavy daily use. What if you could lift like a superhero, without actually getting stronger? Picture this. You're lifting heavy boxes all day at work, and by the afternoon, your back is killing you. Now imagine wearing a smart robotic suit that takes that strain off your body. That's exactly what German Bionics Apogee does. It's a powered exoskeleton, basically a wearable robot, built for people working in warehouses, factories, construction sites, and hospitals. It doesn't replace workers, it makes their jobs easier and safer. Using built-in sensors and smart AI, it watches how you move and jumps in to help exactly when you need it, especially during lifting, carrying, or repetitive tasks. The result? Heavy loads suddenly feel lighter and fatigue drops fast. It even connects to an app that tracks your movement and gives helpful health insights. Trained on real-world data from actual workers, this suit adapts to you. It's a powerful mix of robotics and smart design, and it feels like the future of work has already arrived. What if your home could literally unfold itself at the push of a button? Meet the Rototow, a caravan that completely transforms the moment you arrive somewhere. Picture pulling up to your spot, hitting one button, and watching your trailer rotate open like something out of a sci-fi movie. Suddenly, your living space is 70% bigger. Just like that. Inside, you've got a kitchen that actually makes you want to cook, a dining area with views that'll make your jaw drop, and bedrooms so comfortable you'll forget you're on the road. This isn't just a trailer. It's a full luxury home on wheels, with a style that feels both timeless and futuristic at the same time. And yes, it comes with a price tag. $350,000. But for what you're getting, it's basically a 5-star hotel that goes wherever you go. No flights, no hotel bookings, no compromises. The Rototow doesn't just take you somewhere, it is the destination. If this is the future of travel, I don't want to go back. Drop a fire if you'd live in one of these. Imagine packing an entire air conditioner into a bag smaller than your carry-on. Meet the Zero Breeze Mark III, and yeah, it's basically AC for your campsite. This little machine packs a serious punch. We're talking real cooling power, plus heating when things get chilly, all from one compact unit you can actually carry around. It's not just on or off, either. You get different modes depending on what you need: quick blast cooling, a quiet sleep setting, a fan-only option, even a dry mode for damp gear, and full heating when temps drop. Basically, it adjusts to whatever your trip throws at you. Under the hood, it runs efficiently on a simple low-voltage setup, so it won't drain your power fast. And despite everything packed inside, it's light enough to toss in the car without a second thought. If you're someone who wants real comfort without lugging around bulky gear, this is worth a look. What if a house could be built in 7 days? By a robot that never gets tired? Meet Titan. A giant robot changing how we build homes. Made by Icon, it looks straight out of a sci-fi movie. No bricklayers, no months of waiting. Just a massive robotic arm printing houses layer by layer with concrete, like a hot glue gun the size of a building. Titan can print walls 27 feet tall, covering 12,000 square feet per floor. The wild part? Icon says a 2,500 square foot home can be built in under 7 days. What if your entire home could fit in a trailer, and still feel luxury? Meet the Conti Home, a tiny mobile house built entirely by Continental, the tech company you probably know for something completely different. This isn't just a small space. It's a fully thought-out living, working, and relaxing environment, all packed into one compact, road-ready design. Every single material you see, inside and out, was made by Continental themselves. It's basically a rolling showroom of everything they make, and honestly, it works. Here's the thing about small spaces. Most of them force you to choose between style and function. The Conti Home doesn't. It was designed so you get both, without compromise. Smart layout, premium finishes, a space that actually feels like home, not a compromise. Whether you're into minimalist living, remote work setups, or just obsessed with clever design, this thing checks every box. If you've ever thought tiny living meant giving something up, the Conti Home is here to prove you wrong. Drop a comment. Could you live in something like this? The future of shipping isn't coming, it's already being built. And it looks nothing like what you'd expect. What if cargo ships could drive themselves, in convoys, across the ocean, without a single human on board? That's exactly what the Wärtsilä Vision project is exploring. It's not just one ship. It's an entire rethinking of how global shipping works, from the fuel we use to how goods get moved around the world. We're talking floating clean fuel stations in the middle of the ocean. AI that handles navigation. Ships that share cargo intelligently to cut waste and emissions. The goal? Shipping that's safer, cleaner, and way more efficient. And here's the thing. This isn't pure sci-fi. The technology behind these ideas is already developing fast. If you care about where the world is headed, this is a space worth watching. What if your solar panel followed the sun, so you didn't have to? When you're out in the wild, running out of battery isn't just annoying. It can shut your whole trip down. Your phone, your camera, your GPS, everything stops working. That's a real problem. The Solar Pivot Power portable solar system fixes that. Unlike regular panels that just sit there and hope the sun cooperates, this one actually tracks sunlight throughout the day, pulling in more energy without you touching a thing. And it's not bulky. It folds up, packs light, and sets up fast, whether you're at a campsite or completely off the grid. You spend less time stressing about power and more time actually enjoying where you are. If you've ever wished your gear could just handle itself, this is exactly that. Drop a comment below if you want a full breakdown of how it works. This is what portable power is supposed to look like. What if your next luxury car could take off like a jet and fly faster than some airplanes? This futuristic machine might completely change the way we travel. Meet the Air Car, a futuristic flying vehicle that looks like it came straight out of a sci-fi movie. Created by designer Pier Paolo Lazzarini, this incredible concept is built to do something most cars can only dream of: fly through the sky at amazing speeds. Instead of using regular propellers, the Air Car is powered by 4 powerful jet engines. These engines can rotate in different directions, helping the vehicle take off vertically, land smoothly, and move through the air with impressive control. The Air Car is designed to carry 1 pilot and 3 passengers. Its lightweight carbon fiber body helps it stay fast and efficient while flying. According to the concept, it could reach speeds of up to 750 km per hour and travel as far as 1,200 km on a single trip. What makes it even more interesting is that it doesn't need traditional wings. The rotating jet engines handle balance, movement, and direction all by themselves. Right now, the air car is still a concept, but it gives us a fascinating glimpse into what the future of personal transportation could look like. If you enjoy futuristic technology, make sure to subscribe for more amazing innovations. The future may arrive faster than we think. What if you never had to wear a mask again, but were still completely protected? Meet the Air Ring, a wearable air purifier that sits around your neck instead of covering your face. It was designed by Biolab to replace traditional masks with something cleaner, smarter, and way more comfortable. Here's how it works. The main unit rests at the back of your neck, with the battery pack sitting on your chest. A built-in blower pulls air in from behind, runs it through multiple filters, foam, HEPA, and carbon, then blasts it through UV light and a special chemical sterilizer. By the time that air reaches your mouth and nose, it's clean. Really clean. No foggy glasses, no sore ears, no stuffy breathing. And the battery? It lasts up to 8 hours, enough to carry you through a full day out. If clean air matters to you, this might just change how you think about protection. Drop a comment. Would you wear this? What if your morning commute looked like a scene straight out of Back to the Future? The TECHX Carry hoverboard isn't a toy. It's a glimpse into a future we didn't think was possible yet. This board actually floats, not rolls, not glides on wheels. It literally hovers inches above the ground using magnetic levitation, the same force that powers some of the world's fastest trains. And the experience? Silent, smooth, nothing like anything you've ever ridden before. No engine noise, no vibration, just you, floating through space like the laws of gravity took a day off. Yes, right now it needs a special conductive surface to work. And the range is limited. But here's the thing. Every great technology starts somewhere. The Wright brothers' first flight lasted 12 seconds. Look where that went. This hoverboard is that 12-second moment for personal transportation. If you want to see where this is heading, hit follow, because we're just getting started. This electric watercraft flies above the water, and it's street legal on speed-restricted rivers. Meet the Quadrifoil Q2S, a Slovenian-made electric watercraft that looks like a sports car and flies like nothing you've seen on water. Here's what makes it special. Most electric boats are built to cut drag. The Quadrifoil takes that further. It actually lifts off the surface entirely. It seats 2 people side by side, has an open-hull design, and runs on a compact electric motor powered by 2 lithium batteries. Top speed? Over 20 knots. But the real magic happens at just 6 knots. That's when the hydrofoils kick in, lift the craft off the water, and you're gliding above the surface. Those foils rotate 180 degrees, so no drag, no wake issues. And because it flies at such low speeds, it's cleared to operate in speed-restricted waterways where regular boats can't go. If you thought electric boats were boring, think again. What if your next flight felt like a 5-star cruise, at the speed of sound? Meet the Magna. And no, this isn't science fiction. An industrial designer just unveiled a hypersonic concept plane that could completely flip how we think about air travel. The name, Magna, literally means big bird, and it lives up to that. This massive, delta-shaped aircraft runs on a compact fusion reactor. No jet fuel, no emissions, zero. It uses something called plasma actuators. Basically, it manipulates airflow in ways traditional engines simply can't. The result? A top speed of Mach 1.5. That's faster than the speed of sound. But here's what makes it wild. It's not just fast, it's luxurious. 500 seats across 2 levels. The lower deck? A super economy tourist experience. The upper deck? Think flying luxury cruise ship. Full premium vibes at 60,000 feet. Yes, it's still a concept. The price tag will match the ambition, but the vision is real. The future of flying isn't just faster, it's better. And the Magna might just be the plane that proves it. What if your car could literally open up and merge with nature around you? This is the Neo Eden, built around one idea: connecting humans, nature, and AI in one space. First thing you'll notice? Glass. Everywhere. The windscreen stretches to the front wheels, blending seamlessly with the roof, sides, and rear. It feels less like a car, more like a moving greenhouse. But here's the wild part. When the car stops, the chassis widens. Doors and roof slide open, and the inside merges completely with the outside world. No walls, no barriers, just pure connection. Inside, 2 reclining lounge chairs, loads of legroom, and a curved bench seat. A living room on wheels. This isn't just a concept. It's what the future of driving actually looks like. Would you ride in this? This robotic hand can move almost exactly like yours, and it weighs less than a phone. Meet the Wuji Hand 2. A robotic hand built to move like a real human hand. It's designed for humanoid robots, research labs, and automation projects that need precise, natural movement. Here's what makes it special. It has 20 moving joints packed into the fingers, letting it bend and flex almost like ours do. The thumb works just like a human thumb too. It can rotate and press against the fingers, so the hand can grip all kinds of objects, no matter the shape or size. And get this, even with all that tech inside, it weighs less than 600 grams. That's lighter than most laptops. But don't let the lightweight fool you. It still delivers strong grip strength and can handle heavy loads without breaking a sweat. Plus, it's built to last, capable of hundreds of thousands of movements. With real-time control and smooth motion tracking, this hand brings robots one step closer to working just like us. Most mobility scooters stop at the first patch of gravel. This one doesn't. The Baja Wrangler 2 isn't your average mobility scooter. It's built for people who refuse to let rough terrain slow them down. Made by Baja Mobility, part of the trusted Pride Mobility family, this beast handles gravel, dirt trails, grass, and uneven ground without breaking a sweat. 2 rear drive motors and a solid suspension system keep you stable and in control, no matter what's under your wheels. Big pneumatic tires grip the surface, so you always feel confident. What if an entire city could float on the ocean and never stop moving? Meet Pangos, a floating city designed to sail the world's oceans forever. Italian architect Pier Paolo Lazzarini and his design studio came up with this jaw-dropping concept. Picture a massive turtle-shaped structure stretching 550 meters long and 610 meters wide. That's twice the size of the Roman Colosseum, just floating on water. And it's not just a boat. Pangos is designed to house up to 60,000 people. We're talking palaces, mansions, and luxury super villas, all on a single moving platform. Here's the wild part. It runs completely clean. Solar panels, wave-powered wings, and 16,800 horsepower superconductor engines keep it cruising at a steady pace with zero pollution. It just never stops. Building it will take 8 years and cost around £6.8 billion. Part of that funding? NFT-based crowdfunding, which honestly feels very fitting for a project this futuristic. If you think the future of cities is on land, think again. And if concepts like this blow your mind, subscribe. We find these every week. What if a superyacht's control tower could detach and become its own boat? Italian designer Lazzarini has just dropped something wild. A 137-meter superyacht concept called the Avanguardia. That means Vanguard in English, and trust me, this thing lives up to the name. Here's what makes it insane. The control tower is shaped like a swan's head. Not just for looks, it actually works like one too. The inspiration? A 1970s Japanese manga. And yes, it's just as cool as that sounds. But here's where it gets crazy. That swan head? It detaches. It separates from the neck and transforms into its own 16-meter boat. What if your lawnmower could think for itself? No wires, no fences, just pure smart tech. Let's talk about the EcoFlow Blade robotic mower, because this thing is wild. It actually scans your entire lawn, spots anything in its way, and figures out the smartest path to mow. All using a mix of sensors, lasers, and GPS. Pretty futuristic, right? And if you grab the yard sweeper add-on, it'll even clean up leaves, sticks, and other debris while it's at it. Basically, your yard stays spotless without you lifting a finger. Here's the best part. No boundary wires, no buried cables. You just use the EcoFlow app to set up or change your mowing zones straight from your phone. The app also lets you adjust cutting height, check battery life, and track the mower in real time. It can even handle slopes up to 27 degrees, has a wide cutting deck, and front wheels that turn in any direction for tight maneuvering. Right now, you can grab it for $2,649, or get the sweeper bundle for $3,199. They finally built a robot that doesn't need to be plugged into a hydraulic system, and it changes everything. The new electric Atlas robot just flipped the script on everything we knew about humanoid robots. Gone are the old hydraulic systems. This version runs on electricity, and that one change makes it stronger, faster, and way more flexible than anything Boston Dynamics has built before. This didn't happen overnight. It's the result of decades of research, trial, error, and pushing the limits of what machines can do. And the results? Incredible. Electric Atlas can pull off moves that look almost human, jumping, balancing, navigating rough ground like it's nothing. It doesn't stumble, it adapts. It's also got depth sensors built in, so it can actually see and understand the space around it. It's not just moving, it's thinking about how to move. This is the moment humanoid robots stop being a cool demo and start becoming genuinely useful in the real world. If that excites you, hit subscribe. There's a lot more coming. The robots aren't just walking anymore. They're working. What if you could control your computer, phone, and AR headset without touching any of them? Meet Mudra Link, a slim wristband that lets you control your devices just by moving your fingers. No touchscreen, no mouse, no keyboard, just you. It works on Android, Windows, and Mac. So whatever you're on, it's got you covered. Here's the cool part. Mudra Link has 3 tiny sensors that pick up the faint electrical signals your muscles send when your fingers move. Your brain tells your hand to move, and Mudra Link reads it. What if a giant bus could drive over traffic instead of sitting in it? Sounds like the future, right? Well, this billion-dollar idea turned into one of the biggest transportation failures ever. Back in 2016, China revealed a futuristic vehicle called the Transit Elevated Bus, or TEB. The idea was simple but shocking. Instead of getting stuck in traffic, this giant bus would travel above the road while cars drove underneath it. The prototype was around 22 meters long and could carry about 300 passengers. Some plans even claimed future versions could transport over 1,000 people at once. It looked like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But there was one big problem: it didn't actually work in the real world. The space underneath was too low for many vehicles. The bus was too tall for bridges and traffic signals. It was also extremely heavy, raising concerns about road damage. And because it ran on fixed tracks, it struggled with turns, intersections, and normal city traffic. After a short test run, the project was abandoned. The bus sat unused for months before the track was removed. Later, authorities investigated the company behind it, and several people were arrested over illegal fundraising activities. Sometimes the biggest ideas create the biggest disappointments. If you enjoy stories about incredible inventions, subscribe for more. What if your flight to New York took just 2 hours, and left from the middle of the city? Back in the day, one engineer had an idea so wild it almost sounds made up. His name was Griffith, and he designed a supersonic passenger jet that could take off and land vertically, right inside a city. No airport runway needed. The plane was called the Griffith VTO, and it ran on 68 jet engines. 68. 12 large ones tucked into the wingtips pushed it past Mach 2 over the Atlantic. The other 56 smaller engines fired up just for hovering, lifting the aircraft straight off the ground like a giant flying elevator. It could carry 44 passengers from London to New York in just 2 hours. The UK's Government Aviation Committee was seriously impressed. But the dream died fast. The fuel costs were outrageous, the noise was unbearable, and keeping 68 engines running? An absolute maintenance nightmare, so it never left the drawing board. If you love forgotten engineering that was ahead of its time, subscribe. We dig these up every week. And remember, the craziest ideas don't always fail because they're wrong. Sometimes they're just too early. What if a motorcycle could make you feel like you're flying a plane? Suzuki actually built one. Meet the Suzuki biplane. And yes, the name fits perfectly. This concept bike takes its inspiration straight from old-school Wright brothers biplanes, and the goal was simple: make the rider feel like they're flying, not riding. To pull that off, Suzuki gave it an open-style design with exposed framework, kind of like an open cockpit. It creates this incredible sense of freedom, like there's nothing between you and the open air. Under the hood, it's packing a massive 1000cc liquid-cooled V4 engine, paired with a CVT transmission for smooth, seamless power delivery. This thing isn't just about looks, it's got serious performance to back it up. Size-wise, it's a solid machine. Just over 2 meters long, about 645 millimeters wide, and 960 millimeters tall. Big, bold, and built to turn heads. Now, Suzuki never planned to actually sell this bike. It's a concept, a glimpse into what's possible. But it perfectly shows off their creativity and engineering chops. If concept bikes like this blow your mind, stick around. There's more wild designs coming up. Imagine a car that changes color just by your mood. Sounds crazy, right? Toyota actually built one. Let's talk about one of the wildest concept cars Toyota ever made, the Fun V. The name stands for Fun Vehicle Interactive Internet, and that pretty much sums it up. Here's the coolest part. The entire outside of the car worked like a giant screen. Instead of paint, the body could change colors, patterns, even flash messages, instantly. What if your home had its own AI assistant? That could actually move, help, and feel almost human. Picture this. Robots and AI working together to make your everyday life easier. That's exactly what Samsung research is showing off at CES 2022. Their big idea this year? Blending the digital world with the physical one. Basically, they want to take the kind of personalized experiences that younger generations already love online, and bring them right into your home. At their booth, Samsung is unveiling 3 brand new pieces of tech. First up, an AI avatar that feels surprisingly lifelike. Then, 2 companion robots designed to actually help around the house. Samsung Bot and Samsung Bot Handy. Think of them as your future home assistants. Need a hand with chores? Want some company? These robots are built for that. It's not science fiction anymore. It's happening, and Samsung just gave us a glimpse of what's coming next. What if your hotel room could float on water, run on sunlight, and sail itself? Meet the Pearl Suites, solar-powered floating pods designed by visionary architect Pier Paolo Lazzarini. Picture this. You're drifting on calm, open water inside a sleek, futuristic suite. Air conditioning, lighting, a fridge, all running purely on solar energy. Zero guilt, total comfort. Each pod is 7 meters wide, giving you a cozy living space plus a walkout deck where you can just breathe in that ocean air. Want more? Upgrade with a gyroscope stabilizer so the waves don't bother you, a hydrogen fuel cell, or an electric engine that cruises at 5 knots. This sleeping bag literally changes shape mid-trip, and it could save you from a freezing night. Meet the Therm Rest Boost 650. A sleeping bag built for backpackers who refuse to compromise on comfort. Here's what makes it different. It has a zipper running right down the center that lets you switch the bag's shape on the fly. Feeling too warm? Open it up into a roomy, relaxed fit. Getting cold? Cinch it down into a snug mummy style, and instantly gain up to 10 degrees of extra warmth. Just like that, the insulation is 650 Fil hydrophobic down, which means it stays warm even if things get damp out there. The shell is made from recycled nylon with a water-resistant finish, no harmful chemicals, better for the planet. You also get armholes for easy movement, a draft collar, a heat-sealing hood, and a zipper draft tube to block cold air. It packs down small, comes in multiple sizes, and is built to handle 3 full seasons. If you're serious about your sleep outdoors, this one's worth a serious look. This insane ocean machine could power entire cities, even when the wind completely stops. Ocean Hydro Omni is not just another wind turbine. This thing is built to solve one of the biggest problems with clean energy. The wind doesn't blow all the time, but people still need electricity 24/7. So instead of wasting extra power, this system stores it deep underwater. Here's the cool part. The machine sits out in the ocean and captures wind in 2 different ways. It can use a giant flying kite high in the sky or a tall spinning vertical turbine. When strong winds create extra energy, the system stores it underwater using pressure and gravity. Then later, when power demand rises, it releases that stored energy back as electricity. The Wind Omni version uses a massive kite flying hundreds of feet above the sea and can recharge incredibly fast. Even though it costs around $700,000, The idea behind it feels like something straight out of the future. Subscribe for more next-level technology videos. What if your camping lantern could also keep mosquitoes away and charge your phone? Meet the Evo Repel, a lantern, mosquito repellent, and power bank all packed into one. Here's how it works. It uses heat to warm up special repellent mats. Those mats release a scent that mosquitoes absolutely hate. And because the heating is double-sided, you get twice the coverage. No sprays, no plugs, no hassle. The built-in battery holds 14,400 mAh, enough to keep the light running for up to 15 hours straight. You get 3 brightness settings plus a flashing mode, so whether you're camping, fishing, or just chilling in the backyard, it's got you covered. But here's the part people don't expect: it charges your devices too. Plug in with a cable or just place your phone on top wirelessly. 1 device, 3 jobs, 0 mosquitoes. If that sounds like something your next outdoor trip needs, drop it in the comments below. What if your bike could pull a tiny house behind it? Meet the Travel Bike Camper, designed by Maxime Duraci, and honestly, it's one of the coolest things you'll see in cycling gear this year. It's basically a tiny trailer that turns your bike into a full-on traveling home. Picture a sleek, teardrop-shaped pod that's light enough to tow, but roomy enough to actually sleep in comfortably after a long day of riding. It's built tough too, using strong composite materials and a steady 2-wheel base, so it rolls smoothly even on rough terrain. Pair it with an e-bike, and towing it long distances becomes way easier. Inside, it's simple but smart: built-in lighting, good airflow, and a fold-out bed that makes camping feel almost luxurious. Price-wise, you're looking at around 3,500 to 4,500 euros, so it sits in the premium range. But really, this isn't just a trailer. It's a rolling home for anyone who wants freedom, simplicity, and the open road. This 3,000 pounds electric vehicle might just replace your car, and you can drive it at 16. Meet the Northern Light 630, one of the most affordable enclosed electric vehicles you can buy right now. It's fully sealed, so you're completely protected from the rain, wind, and cold. No more arriving soaked or freezing. Under the hood, a 1.5 kilowatt hub motor paired with a 20-amp battery. It tops out at 45 miles per hour, though it comes restricted to 28 miles per hour out of the box, and gives you over 40 miles on a single charge. That's your daily commute, sorted. It rides on performance tires and stops with racing-grade brakes, so you're not just comfortable, you're safe too. Here's the best part: the 630 is legally classed as a moped in the UK. That means you can hit the road at just 16 years old with nothing more than a CBT license. If you're tired of bus fares and bike rides in the rain, this might be your answer. What if traffic jams became completely obsolete, forever? Imagine looking out your window and seeing pods gliding silently through the air, above the roads, above the chaos, above the noise. That's Skyway. This isn't some far-off dream. Skyway runs on electricity, which means cleaner air and way fewer emissions than regular cars or buses. And because it operates above ground, the roads below stay completely free for everything else. Here's what makes it even smarter: the whole system is built in modular sections. That means it can be installed fast, even in places that are hard to reach or build in. Remote areas, tough terrain, Skyway handles it. The pods themselves are fully automated. No driver, no human error, just smooth and reliable travel every single time. What if a ship could cross the entire ocean without burning a single drop of fuel? Meet the Windhunter project, and trust me, the name says it all. Mitsui O.S.K. Lines is building a ship that literally hunts wind to survive. Here's the simple version: the ship uses wind to move. A turbine on board powers an electrolyzer, which splits water into hydrogen. That hydrogen then feeds fuel cells, keeping the ship going even when the wind completely disappears. No fuel, no emissions, no stopping. But here's the part that really blew my mind. The hydrogen made out in the middle of the ocean? They want to bring it back to land. Power cities with it, power homes with it, energy born in the sea, used on your street. Right now they're testing everything on a sailing yacht, small scale, smart thinking. Next stop? Massive cargo ships. And the deadline they've set for themselves is 2030. Full zero-emission deep-sea vessels. Actually sailing. Actually real. If clean energy gets you excited, hit follow, because Wind Hunter project is just getting started. The ocean isn't just water anymore, it's a power plant. NASA is sending humans back to the moon, and this time, they're not coming back empty-handed. NASA's Artemis program is making history, and SpaceX is helping make it happen. NASA has chosen SpaceX to build the lander that will carry astronauts down to the moon's surface. And this isn't just any mission. One of those astronauts will be the first woman to ever walk on the moon. Another will be the first person of color to set foot on lunar soil. Here's how it works. NASA's massive rocket launches 4 astronauts aboard the Orion spacecraft. They travel for several days to reach lunar orbit. Then, 2 crew members climb into the SpaceX lander and descend to the surface. They spend about a week exploring, collecting data, making history. Then they ride back up, rejoin their crewmates on Orion, and head home to Earth. This is humanity's next giant leap, and it's already in motion. If this excites you, hit subscribe. The next chapter of space exploration is just getting started. What if your private jet could land anywhere, and even bring its own luxury ride to pick you up? The Pulse concept is a futuristic flying vehicle created by Ember Design to celebrate the company's 50th anniversary. It's designed as a luxury aircraft for both business trips and personal travel. Inside, the cabin feels more like a high-end lounge than an airplane. It can carry up to 5 passengers and comes with comfortable seating, huge glass windows, and even a private bathroom for extra comfort. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The aircraft includes its own autonomous ground vehicle, making it easy for passengers to travel between the aircraft and their destination without hassle. This motorcycle balances itself, reads your face, and doesn't need a kickstand or a helmet. What if your motorcycle knew you better than you know yourself? The BMW Motorrad Vision Next 100 doesn't just look incredible, it thinks. No joints, no cables, no kickstand. It balances on its own and bends to steer. Instead of a helmet, you wear smart glasses that show your speed, hazards, and let you change settings mid-ride. Then there's the J-Concept Kawasaki. 3 wheels, 2 personalities. Switch to comfort mode for a chill city cruise. Hit sport mode and the whole bike drops low. Your posture shifts, the power surges. It runs on electric, so it's fast and clean. Every detail transforms with your mood. These aren't concepts for 2050. They're being designed right now. The road is changing. The question is, are you ready to ride it? Subscribe, because the future doesn't wait. What if your car could literally walk over a mountain? Meet the Hyundai Elevate. A vehicle that's part car, part robot, and 100% from the future. Revealed back in 2019, the Elevate isn't just a concept. It's Hyundai's answer to one big question: what happens when roads disappear? This thing has actual robotic legs with wheels attached. It can drive normally on a highway, then switch modes and literally walk over rubble, climb stairs, or push through terrain no regular vehicle would survive. Imagine an earthquake just hit a city. Roads are destroyed, people are trapped. The Elevate rolls in, folds out its legs, and reaches victims that ambulances and trucks simply can't. And when the mission's done, it folds back up and drives home like nothing happened. This is what the future of emergency rescue looks like, and honestly, it can't come fast enough. If this blew your mind, share it with someone who needs to see this. This tiny vehicle hides 2 queen beds, a full kitchen, and a car garage inside, and it's only 9 meters long. Meet the Starliner SL25, and trust me, this one breaks all the rules. Most people assume you have to choose between compact and comfortable, small or luxurious, practical or premium. The SL25 says, why not all of it? This thing is basically a pocket rocket on wheels. It's small enough to drive every day, but inside, it lives like a high-end apartment. The executive version stretches to 9.2 meters, giving you nearly a full meter more than the standard model. And inside that space, 2 queen-size beds, seating for 4, a full kitchen, a proper bathroom, a lounge, a dinette, and a car garage. The finishes aren't just nice, they're multi-million motorhome quality. We're talking glass display cabinets for your crystalware. If you've ever wanted luxury without the size, this is it. Drop a comment below. Would you live in this? Because honestly, I would.